Hi everyone, and welcome to this short tutorial that will cover some of the basics that we went through in week 1. Okay, so when you launch Premiere, this is the screen that you would typically see. Over here you have your most recent projects that you've been working on would be displayed here. And if you wanted to open a particular project that didn't display here, you can simply click on Open Project and then navigate to that particular project and open it. But what we're going to do is click on New Project, because those are the steps that we want to look at today. Okay, so this is the next screen we see. So what we're going to do is come over here and give this project a title. Be as specific as possible, because that will be really important and make your life easier when you're looking for your project. So I'm going to call this main cycling edit because we're going to be working with some cycling footage. Now the next important step is to click on browse and decide where your project is going to live. So remember that ideally you want your project to live on the best drive on your computer, because that will give you the best performance. So I'll click on browse and that opens up my Windows C drive, so you can navigate to whatever drive you want to that you know is the best on your computer. I've already created a Premiere demo folder in Windows C, so I'm already in that folder. So if you haven't created a folder, you can simply click on New Folder and create a folder at a relevant location. And then once you've done that and you've got to that folder, you can simply pick Select Folder. Once you've set those two up, you are pretty much good to go. What I would recommend then is that you have a look at this tab here, Scratch Disks, and I would recommend that you leave this as same as project, in the same as project setting for all those particular parameters. If you want more information on Scratch Disks and what that's all about, you can do a quick Google search or just have a chat with me and I'll tell you everything I know about it. So once your main cycling edit title has been given and your location has been set, you can go ahead and click OK. So this is the main interface that you will see when you launch a brand new project. It's pretty empty. So let's look at the project panel first, because this is where all imported media is going to live once you start importing media into your project. Before we start importing media into our project, let's organize the project panel area with a couple of bins, or what's commonly referred to as folders. So to create a new bin, you simply come down here and you click on the little new bin icon, and that creates a new bin, and you can simply click in the title area and title this. So there you go. If you wanted to change that title anytime later, you simply click in the title area, single click, and single click again, and the title is highlighted and you can go ahead and change the title. Okay, so let's now create a subfolder in this folder itself. So now to open this folder, I'll simply click on the folder, I'll double click on the folder, and you can see that it opens up in a new window. Now personally, I'm not a fan of folders opening up in new windows. I prefer that it opens up in place. Now that is a preference that you can actually set. So let's have a look at how we set that. So I'm going to close off that folder, which is this one that I just opened. I'm going to go into Edit, Preferences, and pick General. Now you can get to this menu, or you can get to this Preferences setting on a Mac by going through the PremierePro menu, which is at the top left. Right, now that we're here, if you come down, you will see under bins that if I was to double click on a bin, it's currently set to open in new window. So what I'm going to do is click the drop down arrow there and pick Open in Place and click OK. Now let's double click on the bin once again, and you will see that it opens in place, which is a lot easier to manage. Right, now that we're in that bin, and I got into that bin by simply double clicking on it to open it, I can go ahead and click on New Bin to create a subfolder therein. So I can call this maybe Daytime clips, so possibly daytime cycling clips as opposed to nighttime cycling clips. So you can create as many subfolders as you like, and then if you wanted, I can double click and open that as well, and then create yet another subfolder and call this, let's say, chosen, you know, or the ones you've picked, or look, you use a suitable name. And now that we've gone 3 levels deep, how do we get out of this? All you need to do to get out of a folder is to simply click on this little folder icon here that's got an upward arrow, and that's gone up level 1 and another level, and we are back to the topmost level, and you can see the subfolders and the folder structure there. Okay, if I was to simply close this off, all those folders are hidden because they are subfolders of that main folder, and if I click the little drop down arrow there, it shows all the folders there. Now you will notice that we're looking at these folders and its structure in a typical list view. You have the option of looking at them in an icon view as well. Let's see how we do that. So if you come down here, you can see that we're currently on list view. You simply click on the icon view button there, and you can see that your folder is there, or rather your bin is there in an icon view. And if I double click that, it opens up the daytime clips, and in there is the chosen clips folder as well. So I'm gonna navigate back out. I would recommend that you stick to list view, especially if you're looking at a folder structure. However, once you start bringing clips into these folders, switching to icon view becomes fairly useful because you're able to see a thumbnail of your video clips.